Good morning, everybody. It's good to be back on a not a Sunday, but a Monday morning with you all on our morning devotion time. I see some numbers popping up, but no names yet. I wish I could see everybody, but I don't know how that works. Barbara Richardson, welcome this morning. Karen Faust, welcome to you. Caleb and Carr, welcome. Brittany George, good to see you here this morning. Debbie King, welcome. Hey, everybody. Jan Atkins, good to see you. Carmen, good morning. Lori Cares, welcome everybody. There's my mom, good morning. Keith and Carr, welcome. Always good to see you. It's so good to be here this morning. Jim Fuente, Jim and Kathy, good to see you. Marcy and Tim Walters, hey, congratulations on being grandparents again, and hopefully that Alicia is recovering well, and just that you've all welcomed baby Finnegan. We're so happy for you. Claudia, Bob and Claudia, welcome to you. We miss you guys so much. Janisa, good morning. Welcome, everybody. So good to see everybody. And it's good to be back here. Looked forward to this morning. Although this morning came kind of early for me. Once in a while, I just don't sleep well. And last night was one of them. I was up, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours last night. And from about 1 o'clock on, and finally fell back asleep and had a couple more hours before I woke up to come here. Sally Crocker, good morning. And Steve Hauser, good morning. And usually what keeps me from sleeping is just thoughts. You get thoughts going in your head. I'm sure that many of you can identify with this. And for me last night, it was just thinking about so many people at Grace and what each person's going through, and the very real things that each person is experiencing, along with all of these trials and tribulations that are happening in the world. With, I'm up here at my devotional spot, which I love, and there's smoke all around me. And even last night, as I was sitting there praying, there was lightning flashes, and I'm thinking, is that causing more fires? And I think just how troubling all of this is, and it was just really weighing on me. And so even now, I just feel the weight of that, and this inability to do anything about it. Just. You feel powerless. You feel like you want to help. You want to, and you question, am I doing enough? And you just have this wish that you could change things. Our services outside aren't ideal. You're concerned about people's comfort, about the kids, the fact that we don't have a children's program right now, and all these things just weighing. And all the volunteer teams are each doing their part to facilitate ministry during this time. I mentioned the sound and the tech crews, all the hard work. You don't see how many hours the tech crews are contributing to pulling off these services, our live stream and the sound, and setting things up, and all the behind the scenes stuff. There's a lot going on, and it's all very weighing and trying to make decisions as leadership, all those things. I just was really feeling the weight of that last night, and up and in those times, just trying to give it over to God and pray. And the Lord revealed to me in that moment just something for me, and I'm just going to share it with you. I don't have a psalm for you today because I woke up so late. I haven't done anything in the Word, so I'm just going to grab what God was showing me last night as I lay there watching the lightning strikes and so on. An image popped in my mind of a shepherd and caring for sheep, and how the lightning would startle the sheep, and I'm sure, and how would the shepherd comfort them, and what would the shepherd be doing, and so that image gave me comfort, and I started just exploring that in my mind and my heart, and just kind of turning it over to God, and so the couple of things that I drew from that is that. Obviously, God, I think of Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd. Jesus said in John 10, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. Jesus says, I know my sheep by name. So these are images of the shepherd that brought really great comfort to me, to know that God sees, God is right here with us, and that we don't have to fear during this time. And it's not that our times aren't fearful. It's not that our times aren't troubling. There is cause for trouble, a troubled spirit. There is cause for fear, due to the unrest of our society, of people that we love, and so on. I'm not talking about fear of the pandemic. I'm talking more about just the unrest that I feel in people, and particularly in our congregation, and people that I love and know, and the real circumstances that people are experiencing without the added comfort of being able to meet together as a church. One thing that came to mind was this image of the shepherd, is that in the Psalm 23, there's a part where I don't want for anything because God's leading me to green pastures. The shepherd's leading me to green pastures. The shepherd is leading me to still waters, and so these very idyllic and green and wonderful environments. But there's also the aspect of the psalm where, for whatever reason, the shepherd is leading the sheep through the valley of the shadow of death. And that has to be a real troubling time, right, for a sheep. Why wouldn't we just always go by the still waters? Why wouldn't we always go by the green streams? For some reason, at times in life, God leads us through the valley of the shadow of death, where there will be a sense of fear. There will be a sense of trouble. There will be a sense of unrest. There will be a sense of frustration. And it's in those times that we really are pressed to lean on the shepherd. The phrase is, though I'm led through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil because the shepherd is with me. Your rod and your staff comforts me. And those are really important words for us to. I just want to stop and let that sink in. And I was trying to let that sink in to me last night. Yeah, you're here, God. And you are a source of comfort to me. You are my comfort in times of trouble. You are the one who is in control. You are the one who has allowed these things to happen. I don't know why, but I'm struggling to trust you afresh and not to fear, because you are with me. And in my weakness, in my inability to know all the answers, or to be sure that all the decisions that we're making as leadership are the right decisions. I believe that they're good decisions, but that good doesn't always mean right. Right is in hindsight. When we get to the other side, we look back and like, yep, that was the right decision. But when you're making the decision, you're dealing with limited information, but you must make a decision. That's just a part of the job description of leadership. And so you make what you think is a good decision, and you hope also that it's the right decision. And so you move forward. And I appreciate the fact that in these difficult times, we can just lean into God. That though we are walking through the valley of the shadow of death, the fact that God is with us, his rod and his staff comfort us. I want to lean into that today. I want to lean into that when my soul feels heavy and my burden feels heavy. I know that Jesus says, my burden is light. Take my yoke upon you. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. Jesus says, I want to carry that for you. I am the good shepherd. Come unto me. I lay my life down for the sheep. You can trust me. He says, I am the gate. I am the door to the sheep pen. In other words, nothing that can come in to harm you. It has to come through me first. That brings great comfort to the sheep. And I just reflected on that through the night as I was up and praying for you, specifically many of you, and your names come to mind and so on. And it's these times that we have to make decisions to trust God. We have to make conscious choices because we are in the valley of the shadow of death to say, God, you are good. You love me. You've laid down your life for me. You've demonstrated your love for me. I trust you. And I'm going to continue to trust you through these times. And that was really valuable to me last night. And I wanted to just share with you, in conclusion, that as I kind of handed this over to God, and even this morning as I drove up to this spot, it's like feeling, though I'm trying to hand this over to God, just feeling like, there's insecurities in me as a leader of, what if I'm not doing the right thing? What if, whatever, and wanted to do right by everyone and so on. And I came up to this area, and most people don't come up to this top part of the property, and you don't know what's up here. And what is up here is a stage and a bench. And that stage hasn't been used for several years, and the bench hasn't been used for several years, and it's just physically here. It's just a great spot for me to do these morning devotions. But when I came up here this morning, I immediately saw that the area around the stage had been groomed. It had been weeded and raked, it looked like, a little bit, and some of the debris that was around the stage had been taken away. And as I came up close to the stage, I saw that the stage had been re-stained. It has a whole new finish on it, and the bench, this little white bench, had been repainted. And under one of the legs of the bench was a card with my name on it. That meant so much to me. Nobody sees this space up here. It was done just for me. And I really felt like that was just God saying, I love you. I see you. I see you. I see your heart. And I'm with you. I'm right here. So the card was signed. I know who did it, and you, if I won't say who did it, but it was such a needed moment for me. And so I just say thank you. Thank you to God. Thank you for God's people. We need each other. And as a leader, sometimes you put on a good front, and because you want to be encouraging and you want to show a strong face to be a source of strength and support. But I need your support just as much. And I'm so grateful for each of you. And even though I said it in service yesterday, how I know that we all have differing opinions about how things ought to be in the world, and and the politics of things. And I understand that everybody has and fairly strong opinions. But one thing that has been consistent toward us as leaders is people saying, we support you. We don't have to agree, but we love you and we support you. That means so much to me. This gift up here today was an answer to prayer that I never even prayed. That's how God is. He answers prayers that we don't even pray. He is the good shepherd. He knows what we need, and he gives it to us. And so just thankful for that today. And I want you to know that God sees you. God sees you right where you're at. And he sees your heart. He loves you. He has laid down his life for you. And he is with you every step of your journey today. And I pray that he manifests to you afresh his love for you and his presence in your life today. And we're all in this together. We're all in the same boat, right? We're all experiencing these trials. And I'm grateful for that. And so be blessed today. And I'm looking forward to our time this week in these devotions. So thank you for bearing with me and some of my heart. I appreciate you, and I see a lot of you are expressing messages of encouragement. I'll be able to read them afterwards. So thank you for that, and we'll see you again tomorrow.